The university have had a really successful sustainability strategy that's been delivering over the last 10 years. I'm now into my second role at the university, and as I've picked up the leadership for sustainability, I want to slightly change the strategy. So we're looking at it at the moment, but it's all encompassing. So it's not just focused on buildings and energy, it's focused on the way we do business, and increasingly there'll be a focus on behavioural change. So there's a whole range of sustainable projects that the university has delivered on recently and is working on. So we've worked extensively on CHB and producing our own power on campus. We've looked at the transport initiatives and our fleet.
The University of Birmingham have 92 fleet of vehicles. Presently 20 of these are electric or hydrogen fuel cell. This is an incredible amount considering the diverse range of vehicles that we have.
Using alternative fuelled vehicles as part of our fleet on campus has made a huge impact. Monica and her team have done a great piece of work, working with suppliers, working with staff, and also our supply chain. It's made an immediate impact on emissions on campus. It's made us think about journeys, it's made us think about the vehicles we use, and actually do we need to make the journeys. So it's part of a bigger piece of work, but it's something we're now embedding into our ongoing practice.
In 2008 we were quite fortunate and we had 2 research projects funded by local government to look at hydrogen fuel cells in the home and on the road. The one on the road involved several companies including Market Cab Industries who supplied us with the hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, and we took ownership of 5 vehicles to be deployed on campus for both research and for day-to-day activities.
And we put that in our postal services, and that gave some incredible data with comparison to diesel engines and electric vehicles.
The technology itself, hydrogen fuel cells, is quite a simple and clean technology. You take a hydrogen atom, you take an oxygen atom, they ionise, and the hydrogen ions meet with the oxygen ions to produce water, and because they're ionised, electrons are released, and electrons is electricity. So any vehicle or any device that needs electricity, a hydrogen fuel cell can be used for. Its only emission is water, H2O. Therefore there's no noxious pollutants such as nitrous oxides or carbon monoxide or even carbon dioxide. The research has been around for many years, but without the help of the transport management and services at the University of Birmingham, a lot of the research wouldn't have happened, because without having a real user, we wouldn't be able to get the real data to make the improvements. Working with them closely on what technology can be used and how it can be used effectively, help them learn about their own fleet, as well as help us with the research and produce high quality, high impact research papers, and has inevitably ended up with the delivery of a hydrogen vehicle as well as electric vehicles on the university fleet.
My role is all about trying to get staff, students and visitors to travel to the University of Birmingham in a more sustainable manner. So my main target is to reduce the single occupancy car usage to university.
The Green Travel Plan has really enabled students and staff to focus on how they get to work and how they get from work and how they travel during the working day as well. We've worked quite hard with our local providers and our transport providers to make transport as easy as possible, and we've tried to build that into our schemes as well.
The university has been conducting a travel survey since 2010, and we use this to base our travel plan and our actions to try and get people to travel more sustainably. So we listen to the feedback. For example, we install cycle facilities like you can see here so that people can store their bikes securely and under shelter. We offer a discount on bus travel. If you buy a season ticket, you can get a 25% off discount. We have our own on-site bike shop, so you can get free servicing, you can hire bikes, both staff and students can hire bikes. We work with a range of partners, most notably the neighbouring hospital sites under the banner of the Green Travel District. So we work with them to assess this whole site as one campus and try and encourage staff to travel more sustainably.
I think the culture has changed quite dramatically in the last couple of years. We've been really lucky with our sustainable travel initiatives, and certainly we have a scheme for salary sacrifice leasing vehicles which are capped at 120 CO2, which has meant that staff have adopted a lower emission vehicle. That's been hugely successful.
We also work very closely with Birmingham City Council and Transport for West Midlands to influence them on their decision making, and also to take advantage of some of the offers they have around cycling and walking.
We've got electric charging points across the campus, so we actively encourage our staff to purchase their own electric vehicles and bring them in.
Another partner that we work closely with is the Canal and River Trust, who are currently improving access to the canal towpath on our site.
And we also have days where we'll have electric vehicles on display and offer staff and students to look around them to get acquainted with them.
In June we just completed our third staff and student travel survey. This will form the basis of all of our action plans for sustainable travel over the next few years. So as part of that, we are looking to increase car sharing. We're already a very high percentage of staff and students that are cycling. So we're going to focus on car sharing and getting people onto public transport.
Other businesses and the HE sector can learn from the hydrogen fuel vehicle project that we've done in a number of ways. Firstly, it's the fact that it can be done. I mean, there are so many things that would seem to stand in the way of pursuing a project like this, but it can be done with a bit of tenacity and will. The technology's there, the technology's improving, but actually I think one of the key learning points is that we've worked with industry, and industry have supported us in moving this forward.
Other higher education institutes and commercial companies can certainly look at the way that they manage the data. We're lucky, as I've said, that we manage the fleet of 92 vehicles, so we have the data for that and we know exactly where we are. I think with a lot of sectors, commercially and in public services, there can be different departments doing different things and that information isn't collated. So that's one of the most important aspects.
In terms of future plans for sustainable projects on campus, we've just agreed that we're going to put about another £2 million into initiatives and innovation. So there's a whole load of building work that we'll be doing as well. So we'll continue to make sure that we build in a sustainable way wherever possible. We'll link in with our supply chain as well. There are projects that we're doing around waste, around combined heat and power. We're putting a new gas turbine in. We'll continue to do work with the fleet. We will invest though in behavioural change projects over the next 5 years.